It's lunchtime news. I am Rhoda Ngozi. Will dig into it. Government is to increase the number of High Court judges from 83 to 100 and, I beg your pardon, that's from 83 to 151 in a move to increase access to justice in the country. Parliament has agreed with government after adopting a motion moved by Norbert Mao, Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Now, the House has also criticized the recent spark of DNA testing, tasking government to guide the nation accordingly. Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa says the situation has been mishandled and innocent children are falling victims.
The DNA testing has of recent become so common, with most of the unlucky players publicizing the results through various media.
Innocent children are falling victims. No, you don't know what your parents were doing, you don't know whatever happened. All of a sudden you see someone saying, "Stop using my name."
Parliament, backed by the Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa, has found that the situation has been mishandled and may cause further challenges, including suicide.
DNA test shouldn't be compulsory, they should not even actually encourage it. We as leaders at personal level are discouraging it because all children are important, whether you was or not.
Now, at least the mothers, for them, they know who the father of the children. But the men...
The quality of laboratories providing the DNA services is also a question aching the MPs.
Because they want to make money out of this. Some people are looking at it as business, and we are not sure whether they are genuine or not.
The Minister of Health promised that within 2 weeks she will come to Parliament, even out through the Bill of Government Business, to give a list of laboratories which are accredited and authentic so that we can guide the country on if you want to carry out a test.
Parliament has, through a motion moved by Dickson Kateshumba, the MP for Shima Municipality, appreciated President Yoweri Museveni for what was described as a clear and precise exposition of government policy as contained in the recent State of the Nation address.
His Excellency the President outlined the economic priorities of government in the next financial year that include peace and security of persons and property, effective implementation of PDM and MYOGA.
The same afternoon session witnessed Parliament in agreement with the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, to increase the number of High Court judges from 83 to 151. Mao asserts that since 2017, when the number was increased from 49 to 83, the population has increased, including increased awareness of their legal rights, leading to a more litigious population.
Increase in population and crime rate leading to high demand for judiciary services and court use. B, acute case backlog.
As Parliament, at some point we demand for value for money. We can only achieve that value for money by having enough members on the bench.
Minister Norbert Mao says about 83 trillion has since been held up in courts due to disputes, and the move to enhance the sector will unclog the court system since the funding for judiciary has gradually increased.
These measures will deal with case backlog that continues to be a source of frustration to many citizens. Mr. Speaker, sir, it's the ultimate goal of government to ensure that every county will have a magistrate's court, and there will be 8 circuits of the Court of Appeal.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Meanwhile, youth have been advised to be cautious about their lives and avoid contracting HIV and AIDS. This message was given to them by officials from the Uganda AIDS Commission and the UPDF during an engagement with students under the umbrella body Uganda National Students Association held at Nabisunsa Girls. Now, the purpose of the event was to reflect on the role of youth in nation building. Let's take a look.
Strong, hard-working leaders.
Uganda AIDS Commission were in charge coordinating the HIV response in the country with a vision of ensuring that we don't have AIDS in this country by 2030. And when you look at the statistics of this country, we have 1.4 million people living with HIV. And majority of these people are the young people who are greatly affected. When you look at the statistics of 2022, we have 52,000 people who are affected with HIV, and the young people between 15 to 24 years are greatly affected. So Uganda's Commission, working with UNSA, we want to ensure we reach all the young people in the country with the issue of HIV messages, but our focus is on the issue of abstinence for those who actually are in schools and also those who are actually out of school. So
you get potato growers, you send them to Parliament. Then in addition, you add those barrio attendants. You send me to Parliament because I attend barrios. Parliament is not a cemetery. And you, the younger ones, are the ones running across the village dancing Katudi. You know, Katudi is now universal. You are busy jumping our man, our woman. Which woman of yours? When they were discussing the nuclear energy bill in Parliament, there was no contribution from the back bench. Passed in the shortest time possible, 5 minutes. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have tabled the bill. Intellectuals are backward there, but you are there not knowing how we were demonized.
From Uganda National Students Association is where we get the National Youth Council leaders through this nursery bed. So today's gathering is very important for all schools and institutions in Kampala and in Uganda at large. And those who are observing us now, we should emphasize students' leadership in the institutions such that the problems of students can be handled by students' leaders and the administrators of institutions at different levels.
Let's now conclude that session.
And the Ministry of Agriculture, Uganda Farmers Common Voice Platform and Caritas Uganda are proposing increased funding for agriculture extension services provided to farmers. The objective is to enhance productivity and improve the quality of agricultural produce.
Competing priorities, and because of that, therefore, we have to expect budget cuts in our respective departments and ministries. So in that process, as we do that, of course, as indicated here, the agriculture extension budget for local governments was not provided in the budget process. And this is something that we believe can be corrected. We know government has always ways of putting, even if you, in the process, you realize that an error was done, there are always mechanisms to make the corrective measures. So we expect that definitely we have put our issue on the table and indicated the implications of not having that budget.
The case of extension workers is well reflected in the parish development model under Pillar 7, which is really talking about public administration. You're talking about the personnel required, right from the parish chief, the sub-county chief, the cow and their teams, but also these technical people, the extension service providers. Now, unfortunately, there has been a lot of focus on Pillar 3 to give people the money. Money facilitates a solution. Now, the solution is you getting the right planting materials, you getting the right advice, you getting the right communication to the market, which is basically Pillar 2, community economic infrastructure, the roads, the water, and then also making sure when I do make my harvest, the income from agriculture is not going to be cannibalized by social services. Because if I have a cow and I fall sick, or a member of my family falls, I'm going to sell that cow to treat a child. Meaning government's Pillar 4, which is social services, education and health, must function if you are to secure the investments in agriculture.
In Uganda, we need to money economy. You cannot do what you don't know. So what government needs to do is to invest a lot of resources in capacity building for these farmers so that they can be transformed from subsistence farming to money economy.
Meanwhile, the newly created district of Obongi is facing the challenge of accommodating a significant number of refugees from South Sudan. As a result, the provision of infrastructural services is. However, to ease the strain of limited infrastructure services, the Ugandan government, through the Uganda Support to Municipal Infrastructure Development Project, has allocated additional funding for the construction of a central market and 2 resource centers in Obongi.
This is Ndirindiri Market at the shores of River Nile, one of the markets in the Palorinya refugee settlement in Obongi district. Traders here have been faced with challenges, especially during the rainy season.
We have channels of waters, running waters around here that disturb the market during the market day. Even wind sometimes disturbs what we construct like this. Market, the new market which has not been started to work, it will be okay because it will help us a lot.
Government allocated 1.745 billion shillings towards the construction of Ndirindiri Modern Market, which accommodates both refugees and host communities.
We expect the community to leave roadside trade, come and occupy the shops. Right now, in the second phase of the project, we are now constructing the stalls and the restaurants.
However, the modern market is envisaged as a better solution to the challenges refugees and host communities have been facing. Apart from the central market, 2 resource centers have been constructed at Palorinya and Itula sub-counties worth 966 million shillings and 938 million shillings respectively. These centers will provide space for learning and meetings, among other activities.
The concept behind them was that this would combine the host communities and the refugees on a number of activities, learning, meetings.
Dan Luis is a youth who considers presence of the 2 resource centers as a place where the youth converge and discuss developmental issues to change society.
We normally go very far, like in Ajumani or in Moyo or the other side in Yumbe, but currently, since it is near here, it is very easy for us to learn computers.
According to Obongi District Chief Administrative Officer Andrew Leroux, these infrastructural facilities will increase the revenue base of the district.
There is a clear source of local revenue from the market. As a resource center, we have the library. You know, we have several implementing around 27 of them. I know when we commissioned this is the nearest point.
Joseph Odamam, UBC News, in Obongi.
Educationalists in Teso sub-region have been tasked to safeguard and conserve the environment in order to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Now, Kumi Municipality MP Cyrus Ogon highlights that the occurrence of disasters can be attributed to the failure of prioritizing environmental protection.
Speaking during the pass-out of over 1,000 student patriots at Wiggins SS grounds in Kumi, the Kumi Municipality Member of Parliament stressed that, given previous disasters that hit the eastern region, there is a need to protect the environment.
We want to request that we all protect our environment. Today, you have seen the changes that have happened in our country and the world over. Things have changed. A lot of flooding, a lot of destruction, too much drought, hunger everywhere because of climate change. We have a responsibility. You together with myself must do something. It starts from here after this training.
Viva! Viva right to be a God! Viva! 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 Whatever Uganda! Viva!
We are appealing to parents of Kumi district to always participate in mentoring our children. We do a small part here, but the rest of the life is with you who are with them. We have been invaded with different bad cultures from the Western world. I want to thank our chairman, our honorable members of parliament, and His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, who is the chief patron of patriotism, for standing firm and saying no to homosexuality and lesbianism.
The Deputy Commissioner in charge of patriotism in the Office of the President, Magom Mubarak Tip, teaches to help students live a responsible life. He urged teachers to involve students in gainful work by prioritizing agriculture for income to households and fight food insecurity.
The issue of hard work. Let's involve ourselves in doing gainful work as students. And you should know that creation of wealth cannot come for free. Let us make all our children in schools participate in agriculture, because it's an activity that makes everybody to earn. Even when you're in senior one, think about how do you create wealth.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, business news. This is Lunchtime News.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices, and get a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
Their support meant so much to me, and as a teenage girl, I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial star 100 star 1 hash and select call all networks.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. Let's talk business. Uganda's hospitality industry is changing with the trends in the quest to improve guest experience and offer convenience to customers. Now, according to stakeholders, rapid technological adoption has come with numerous benefits despite the fear of cyber threats that are becoming more rampant. Dennis Sigoa has more.
The hospitality industry in Uganda is going digital, and credit goes to the global technological advancements and partnerships that offer convenience and improve guest experience. There are numerous benefits that technology has brought to the hospitality industry, and this can be attested by sector players such as Fairway Hotel in Kampala.
So maybe the COVID also brought more reasons as to why you should opt for technology options. So a person can actually pay without even seeing you. We make it simple. You can just swipe at the end of the stay, or you pay prior to your stay. You don't have to use any cash. So it's simpler because they don't know the currency. We are limiting all chances of cheating them, everything. So even the meals, when they're here, they don't need cash. They can post it to their room. We have what we call the easy system.
Paperless transactions are encouraged in a bid to improve guest experience, increase efficiency, reduce physical contact between the hotel staff and clients, in addition to lowering staff workload. The new technologies that are steadily gaining headway in Uganda's hospitality industry include contactless payments, mobile-enabled check-ins, and the Internet of Things.
Most of when you're using this machine, you just need your Visa card. When you get your Visa card, you insert it in, or you can just swipe in, or you can just tap it over on the top. Or when you tap it on the top, you just select the currency. Right now we're using two currencies, that's the USD and then the UGX.
For the case of Fairway Hotel, their collaboration with PesaPal, an online payment gateway, has been a game changer.
Well, it helps to ease also the check-in process, that when you get to the hotel, you don't have to spend a lot of time at the desk doing the check-in process. You'll have already paid everything and you just come and collect your key card and go to your room, yeah? When you have to pay for a conference space, to avoid all this back and forth with staff of, give me my invoice, let me do this, you'll have cleared everything, and when you're done, you're just good to go. So,
although some business owners see technology adoption as an additional expense, which is not worth to invest in, experts think otherwise.
The idea is that even now, if you say you can be able to offer a product X, somebody would have to first go digital or else online and check what do you offer in the market. Once they have seen what you can offer, then they can be able to contact you or else come to your shop. So there is a big market potential you can reach by going digital.
Despite the steady adoption of technology across board, there are challenges that are increasingly being faced. These include cybersecurity threats, skills gap, data protection and privacy, cost of internet, and last but not least, poor connectivity. Dennis Thigoa and Charlotte Amuge for UBC Business.
Meanwhile, Minister of State for Works, Musa Echweru, has issued a 2-week ultimatum to Amuria district officials to disburse over 10 billion shillings so far received by the district for parish development model project or FACE action. Now, it follows a complaint raised by the beneficiaries over slow processing of funds by district technical team and Opportunity Bank.
Amuria local government has so far received over 10 billion shillings for the implementation of parish development model project.
Now me and my LC 3 chairpersons, 2, 1, the technical team, to see that this money is supervised, this money reaches the hands of the people and elevates.
However, less than 1% of these funds have been received by beneficiaries due to the slow process in processing funds.
But the bottleneck has been the bank. The bank that is handling us is Opportunity Bank. And I have learned from the concerns of the people that they seem to be feeling a lot of pressure and they are overwhelmed. They requested for the job themselves. And I am very convinced that they had weighed themselves to know that they have the capacity to deliver this critical program.
But the district technical team and Opportunity Bank attributed it to poor network leading to the delayed disbursement of the funds.
The pariships are facing a lot of challenges on network when it comes on processing the passwords for the beneficiaries. We find that maybe being in the remote area and rural areas, that's why they are finding the issue of the challenge with network.
Minister of State for Works, Musa Echweru, also area MP, has instructed the concerned authorities to rectify the system.
My advice to the management of Opportunity Bank Soroti is that they must burn their midnight candles to deliver this program. In the next 2 weeks, we want all the money to have been given out to the beneficiaries. This will help our people, those particularly who have picked enterprises that are to do with farming. The rains have returned and the rains have a time period. In the next 1 month or so, there will be no rain here again. So we want by then they should have planted.
Echweru also contributed over 600,000 shillings towards the procurement of forms for the PDM loan applicants.
I have also reduced the burden of people the responsibility of buying these forms from the sub-counties. We are doing whatever it takes to make sure that there are enough forms printed. I will make sure that works out between me and the CDOs and the sub-county chiefs, so that every sub-county has enough forms that will be given to my people for free. The only charge that they will now undertake is to take their pictures, take their passport pics, and then also the photocopying of their identity card. That is all. The rest, we are going to sort it out so that this becomes a success.
As Samuku sub-county, the oldest sub-county in Amuria district, received over 1 billion shillings as a magic bullet. I'm Navka Farida and Joseph Oko.
Uganda waranchi batusako manrane chikona tena tekobo seko season yakuna savu July kuma Mount Papa's Hall usasule kwa MTN mobile money usasula gumu chitundu MTN usasule nega komitano iga sistemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha kwa MTN ofune tiketi yokati wabona kumulyango usasule mitwale ibiri yepe mitwale tano ate meza ya milioni 2 munana July koni ni hotel mkono wenda July ni can resort elweza 15 July France Africa Jinja Abim Billy July Maria Flema Saka Abim Mwenda July Afro Club Eka Sangati Ateyo Yonoku Yingina Mutualo Wafujini Dwamo Sente Talent Africa Victoria University Suzu Property Consultants Pepsi Max Uganda Waraji Ne
MTN.
And now in sports, no room for error. Uganda netball team has confirmed, I beg your pardon, that has confirmed using the remaining 2 weeks to strengthen both the physique and wellness of players ahead of the games. The team introduced a double training session both at Lugogo and Nachirebe Sports Facility.
2 weeks to the Netball World Cup in South Africa, the national netball team, the She Cranes, has refocused on the physique of players with a double training session at Nachirebe and Lugogo Indoor Stadium. Training and competing alongside the men is a new tactic that head coach Fred Mugera has adopted, believing it will yield results given the compact of Group D.
And as we go to South Africa, we have teams that in our group, and our main target, first of all, as a team, is to make sure that we go through that first round, that group stage, and then the rest we shall discuss with the other people in which there.
A standard netball court matching the Vitality World Cup facility in Cape Town, South Africa, has been a challenge before settling for one in Nachirebe. Uganda, that dropped in the world rankings to 8th, targets making it out of the group that has giants New Zealand, Singapore, Trinidad and Tobago, though looks to be an uphill task.
I see like the team we're having this year is more better than the one of last year. You shouldn't have any worry about the team because everyone is fit. We have the talent, we have the knowledge. We're not even like so different from other teams, but I see we are the best like among other countries. So don't have any doubt about these teams you're having right now.
Now, Plascon is sponsoring the team to a tune of 100 million to boost its preparations and improving players' welfare.
This time we have come up with a package to help the netball team for the World Cup preparations. We have had association with the women's netball team since last year, and we are really very proud of the performance. It's not easy to qualify for World Cup and for them to do it for 3 consecutive years.
Uganda plays its first game against Singapore on the 28th, a game that will shape its World Cup campaign going forward. Masho Miro for UBC.
And as part of celebrations to mark 5 years of Fortbet, Real Stars Sports Monthly Awards will increase the stipend for its winners.
At the end of this year, the Fortbet Real Stars Sports Monthly Awards will celebrate 5 years of existence. To ensure athletes are the biggest beneficiaries as the awards celebrate the milestone, Chief Executive Officer Isaac Mukasa has announced improvement in the reward that he expects to boost competition in many Uganda leagues. This was during the award of the Best of June at Lazio Restaurant in Kololo.
We are celebrating 5 years in existence, so we can't stay the same as we started. That's why we are increasing the package to 500,000 in our envelopes. We want the winners to take, at least to take something substantial. I remember we started with 100K in an envelope, we came to 200K, we came to 100K. We've been moving so slowly, but now this is the 5th year. We said we have to increase it at least, so that each winner comes hoping to think that he's taking something which is almost equivalent to the salary he's earning for playing the thing. So we think it's going to motivate these guys more and more, so they have strong national teams in various sports disciplines.
I believe this is a very strong initiative, the Fortbet Real Awards for the sports fraternity, because first of all it brings together the sportsmen. Secondly, it encourages them to work hard.
6 athletes, including table tennis youngster Rhoda Ngozi, motocross rider Gift Sebuguzi and Special Olympics medalist Larry Fenny, were rewarded.
Competitively, he has not been in the game for long. Competitively, he was swimming before, but then the competitive game, he joined 2019 up to now, and he has given it his best for top performance.
Others were handball player Edward Omoni. The Moil Raleigh team are represented by Yasin Nasser and cricket player Henry Senyondo.
This award means quite a lot for us as a team, the Moil Raleigh team. It's the 4th year, it's the 4th time we're winning this year, and it's quite an inspiration for us.
The Fortebeta Real Stars Sports Monthly Awards have been a mainstay since 2018, with Jude Color Solutions, one of the other partners.